Okay, so this is the sodium bicarbonate system that we were talking about on Facebook. Hi, by the way. Um, Basically, it has a key here. There's two that you can have for backups that simply goes in here, and then you're actually going to turn the key to the left where you see this nozzle right here, and it's going to turn it on. You basically have two directional buttons. They go either direction. One is for the strength of the vacuum, the other is for the strength of the crystals. And you can cater this depending on the condition of the skin that you're working on. I usually keep my vacuum about medium and my crystals a little bit on the higher side, just because I like an additional blasting capability. This up here is your pressure gauge. It tells you at all times what your pressure is. I try not to let it get any higher than 10. 10 starts to get a little bit scary, so then you want to back down your vacuum just a little bit. There's a little drawer in here that you can actually keep extra stuff in if it wants to open. There it goes. Haven't used it for a while. You can put extra nozzles and things like that in there if you want. This right here is where you actually would pour your crystals. They go right up here in the top. I buy my crystals directly from Advanced Microderm. They're the ones who actually do the machine, and I like it because they're US based. A lot of companies are Japanese or Chinese based, and they're hard to fix if something goes wrong with them, and nobody's available on the phone for troubleshooting or anything. That's why I like Advanced Microderm, and that's why I went with them. So that's where you're going to get your refill crystals, and you can just undo it, and then you're just going to pour it in there, and then you're going to put the lid back on. Now we're looking at the side of the machine, and there's a little clear view window right here, and you can see how much crystals you actually poured in. It looks like I stopped about right here. You can fill it all the way up to the top if you're doing a lot of clients, or in my case, if you're not doing hardly anybody, you would keep it down here low to keep your crystals fresh. Next, we actually have the arm up here, and you can attach your hoses onto there. One is your blaster hose, one is your sucking hose. So one is going to spray the crystals across the client's face, the other one's going to suck it up. And they both go in the back of the handle, just like this. They plug straight in. And when in doubt, you can call Advanced Microderm, or you can read the troubleshooting book that will be included in the box. This is what the nozzle looks like. Again, there's a spray and a suck. Now you can't use it like this on the client. You actually have to put a nozzle on it. So here's a nozzle. And we're going to put that nozzle on there like so. That way it's just one nozzle that would actually be running across your client's face. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn it on to the left. And see, my vacuum's kind of high, so I'm going to back it down. There we go, it's a little bit better. And if you put your finger over here, you can actually feel it start to suck. And you can see the crystals swirl in the bottom. And it's actually, whew, it's sandblasting my finger right now. And you're going to just go in motions back and forth across your client's face. And sometimes I have a brush and I brush the additional crystals just off the top. So you can kind of see on my hand, it did from here to here. It's a little bit of a different color as opposed to this part of my hand. And it works really good. This was a medium setting. You can really crank it up and sandblast the heck out of somebody if you wanted to. Make sure when you use a system like this that you don't daub, because if you do, you're going to leave little tiny hickey marks everywhere. So make sure that it's one continuous, smooth motion. If you need to, you can actually grab a hold of the client's skin and stretch it out, and then go in between, like that. So I'm going to turn it off, and the machine is off, and this will nestle nicely right in here. If you're doing the same client, you can rest it in there. If you're going to do somebody else, take off the nozzle, put it back in here, and put the nozzle in your autoclave and grab a new one for your next client. And I'm going to give you a lot of nozzles just in case you need them. In fact, you're going to get multiple nozzles. You're going to get new O-rings that you can install if you need. This is still a relatively new system, so it's not in need of them right now, but if you need, they're right here. This is a new filter in case you need a new filter, and that needs to go over here. But anyway, this is going to come with it too. There's also 2 additional fuses in here in case your fuse goes out. It's a really great system. I fell in love with it. I paid $6,000 for it. It's a medical grade machine. However, my practice just isn't going in the microderm direction right now. I'm a certified makeup artist as well, and that's really what's floating right now. Skincare is not a big thing for me, and I would love for this to go to someone who can actually use it and will love it for years to come. Now, after you've finished quite a few clients, this little jar over here will start to fill up. You're simply just going to unscrew it to the left, and it'll come out like this. And right there's what I sprayed on my hand. You know, just take a trash can and make sure that you tie it up, because this has skin debris in it as well as crystals. So pour this out in the trash can as soon as you can. And then it just screws right back up in the top, like so. This machine probably weighs about a good 20 pounds, so make sure that you have a good sturdy table to put it on, and it's going to hold its weight because it has a very strong motor in it. Now this is the back of the machine. This is where your hoses are going to connect. If you ever need a new hose, you can contact Advanced Microderm and they'll get you a new part. Your number is back here etched in case they need to help you out. I also will give you the Representative Andrew's number and contact info in case you need to get a hold of him. It comes in the box that they packaged it in when they sent it to me. And if you need to send it off to get service, I think they charge you $50. And this is where the hoses are going to attach and detach from the arm that supports them. This is one of your filters. This is the primary filter. And this doesn't really need to be changed too often. You can go a very, very long time on one filter. But when in doubt, you do have an extra that I will include. So if you have any questions, let me know. Looking forward to hearing from you.